What's going on, everybody? This is Joseph from Nerds of Matrimony. Welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. So in the last episode, we took out Gaius, the Earth Giant. It was an epic fight and very exciting. And we are now going to take on our fourth Colossus of the game. We have to go a little bit further to find this one, but it's still relatively close to the Shrine of Worship. We're actually going to be going into a brand new area. So, I just want to take this time and apologize for not uploading a video yesterday. My wife and I had some things come up, and we just had kind of a busy schedule the past couple of days. We've had a lot that we've had to get done, so I didn't really have time to make or upload a video. So I do apologize for that. That being said, I'm only going to upload one video today, just because I have a lot of stuff I have to take care of today. I'm still searching for a job, and I've got some things I need to get done with that. We have to run into town and do a few errands today. I've also got to do some stuff around the house just to kind of clean up. So we have a lot we have to do today. So I'm just going to upload one video today, but I'll probably upload at least 2 on Saturday just to kind of catch up. So yeah. Now I am going to apologize. There's going to be parts of this video that are going to be really dark, because part of this fight, well, you'll see. We're going to be underground a little bit for this fight, and it wasn't that dark on my TV, but when the recording software I'm using, when it captured it, it made it a lot darker. And I have no idea what happened here with Aggro. I've never had this happen before. He just kind of got caught on this little corner of the wall here and just started glitching out, and I couldn't turn him around. As you can see, he's kind of like fidgeting a little bit here. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, this is the area we need to be in. Alrighty, so in case you can't tell, those little raised up parts of the ground, those are graves, because if you remember at the end of the last episode, Dorman said that this next Colossus would be in a field guarded by, rows of graves. So this is essentially a graveyard. Who's buried here? We have no idea. The game doesn't really tell us. But there are 4 graves here, and we're going to be using these graves in this Colossus fight. Now, for the most part, this Colossus is actually pretty peaceful. It really won't attack unless you provoke it. And this is another point in the game where you may start to question if you're doing the right thing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to PHAEDRA, also known as Equus Prime, the first female Colossus in the game. Well, we assume it's female. It looks feminine. But yes, this is a giant horse, significantly larger than Aggro. I mean, my goodness, just look at how big that thing is. It does look pretty magnificent, though. But yes, this Colossus, she's a very curious horse. She'll kind of just hang around you. If you do get close to her, she is very territorial. If you get close to her, she will do a ginormous stomping attack. She'll raise up on her hind legs and stomp forward. So be careful of that. So basically, in order to get onto this Colossus, we actually have to grab onto one of her reins that are on the side of her face. So in order to do that, you want to lure her over to one of the graves, and then you want to hop down inside of it. When you get inside, you want to hold down R1 to crouch. She may do some stomping attacks, she may take a little bit of damage, but as long as you're crouching, you shouldn't go very far. Like, the impact shouldn't send you very far. Plus, your health will regenerate a lot faster. So basically, you just want to wait here for a little bit. Eventually, after a while, it may take a little bit of time, but after a while, PHAEDRA will kind of duck down to peek inside the grave and say hello. When she does this, her reins will hang down on the sides of her face. And basically, you just want to jump out of the grave and grab onto one of them. When you do that, she will raise her head back up, and then you can climb up on the reins and get onto her head. This is the only way to get onto her. So yeah, and as you can see, it's taking her a little bit of time. So I decided to go out of the grave just to kind of lure her a little bit more. And yeah, if this is a little dark for you guys, I apologize. I don't know why my recording software makes the image a lot darker than what it actually is on the TV. I have no idea why. But yes, there she is. Here she comes. She has definitely seen me. Now, one thing I will say about this Colossus, she is very finicky. She will shake quite a bit, as you're going to see the first time I get on her. I actually don't manage to actually do any damage on the glyph. Spoiler alert, yes, I fall off on this first attempt. She just would not stop moving, and I could not get a chance to just stand still and recover my grip. And it made me really mad. By the way, she only has one weak spot, and it is on her head. If you get thrown off onto her back, which can actually be a good place to rest, there is a way to get back to her head, and I will show that. But there are the reins, and here I am failing at grabbing onto them. So I'm going to go back under the grave and just wait for her again. There's her foot right there. And there they are again. So this time I actually managed to grab onto one. Alright, so now she's going to raise up. And the camera here kept like going the opposite way I wanted it to. It kept going over onto the right side of her face, not the side that I was on. So I'm like constantly moving the camera over. Like I would like to see what I'm doing. But yes, in order to get up to the reins, you can't just climb up, you actually have to use your grip jumps. Basically, you hold down R1, you hold down triangle, it builds up the meter, you let it go, and you'll jump up. Yeah, she is not very happy. So there's the weak spot on her head right there. As you can see, she is quite finicky. Alright, so now I finally make it to her head, and my grip meter is almost out, and she will just not stop moving for some reason. Like I could not get a moment here to just stand still. She would not stop moving. Kind of annoying, you know. So here I get thrown onto her back. This is actually a really good place to rest. These little things on the side here, you can stand in these, and that's actually a good place to rest and recover your stamina or your grip. So in order to get back onto her head, basically you have to run up to her neck. There's a trigger point here. You can stab it and she will kind of bend her head down, because otherwise you can't get past that thing she has on her neck right here. This little cuff she has. So you have to stab this trigger point and it will cause her head to bend down. And then you can just walk across it. So I actually stabbed it right there, but for some reason she did not bend down. I have no idea why. Maybe it's because it was a small stab, I don't know. Once again, not a very difficult Colossus, but you know, the thing that makes this fight kind of difficult is that she is very finicky. She will shake a lot. So there we go, I got a good stab in, now she bends her head down, and now I can simply walk over to the glyph. And unfortunately, she would not stop moving, and I couldn't get a good hold on her, and I fell off. Yeah, I was really mad. So when this happens, basically you just want to run back to one of the graves. You don't want to run to the one that's closest to you, because she won't stand behind it, she'll just stand in front of it. So you want to run to one that's kind of opposite. So here, I could either run to one of the graves that are on the side, or I could run to the one that's all the way on the opposite side, which is what I choose to do. If you want her to get over here faster, basically stand on top of the grave, turn around, and just shoot her in the face with a whole bunch of arrows. And she will get here pretty quickly. So here I go shooting her with arrows, and kind of pisses her off a little bit. She's like, "Hey! Stop doing that!" And so now she's coming over here pretty quickly. So I'm just going to sit here and wait on her. Once again, it can take a little bit of time for her to actually come down and say hello. Yes, as you can see here, the screen is completely black. Once again, I apologize for this. I don't remember the other grave being this dark. For some reason, this one was just really dark for some reason. It also doesn't help that when she stomps, she sends a whole bunch of dirt and dust flying down into the grave. So it just kind of adds on to the whole darkness of the screen. But yeah. So how's everybody doing? It is almost the end of June. July is coming up pretty quick. Probably got plans for 4th of July? What are you doing? Are you going somewhere? Are you celebrating with family or friends? What are you doing for 4th of July this year? By the way, don't worry about Aggro in any of these fights. Aggro cannot die. He is invincible. So don't worry about him at all. Alright, there are the reins, and there we go. Yeah, if you grab onto the bottom, it can be a little bit before you can kind of climb up onto it. Because, you know, the bottom is the part that's going to move the most. So it took me a little bit of time to climb up here. And I think I actually found the sweet spot on this glyph, because as you're going to see when I actually get up to it and start stabbing her, she starts shaking, but I'm not moving. So I think I actually got really lucky here and just happened to find the sweet spot on this glyph. Because you can see, as you can see, she is shaking, but Wonder is not moving. So I got incredibly lucky here and found the sweet spots. I'm not going to complain, especially after she flung me off the first time. Alright, it's time to finish this. I apologize, PHAEDRA, but I have to do this. Oh no, here it comes. Aggro! Aggro, where are you at? Where are you at? Come save me! Save me! Yes, I'm going to do that every time. If you haven't caught on to that already. So we have defeated 4 Colossi. After you defeat 4 Colossi, there will be a cutscene. So after you defeat the 4th one, the 8th one, the 12th one, and of course the final one, there will be a cutscene. So we're going to witness a little cutscene here with Wonder and Aggro. Alrighty, so that is it for this episode. Join me next time on Shadow of the Colossus, where we are going to take on not only what a lot of people consider the best Colossus fight in the game, but what a lot of people also consider to be one of the best boss fights in video game history. This is Joseph from Nerds and Matchmaking, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.